afternoon. Awesome. Thank you so much. So welcome to the future UMass Dartmouth. My name is Shannon Finning, and I have the great pleasure of serving as the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, and today I'll serve as the MC for our groundbreaking event. While I believe that every day is a great day to be at UMass Dartmouth, today is particularly remarkable and a historic one for our community and for the Commonwealth. You likely noticed some of our students who bravely put their t-shirts over their sweatshirts and others who are wearing them underneath their jackets and layers today. For those of you not familiar, those shirts are associated with a beloved tradition here on campus that occurs during fall orientation each year. It's called the Corsair Olympics. During this event, students compete with other members of their new community against teams comprised of other first-year students in their residence halls, as well as a team from our commuter students and our transfer students. Coming together as a team affords students a great sense of camaraderie, and teamwork is fostered within the groups. And of course, bragging rights are earned by the winning community. That's right, Maple Ridge, right? They join us here in the tent, not as competitors today, but as representatives of the communities that will most significantly benefit from our new facilities. They will soon be given new t-shirts, ones that we have custom made and tie-dyed with all of their individual group colors represented, as our new residence hall facility will allow all of our new students to live together as one. While I imagine that the future of Corsair Olympics will include students developing connections with people on their floors and wings, I'm sure they will also compete against other parts of our new communities, as well as our commuter students and our transfer students. We felt it was important to symbolically gift them with new shirts to indicate that we will bring the best element of our current residence halls, our students, and their passion for UMass Dartmouth and their individual and collective success to our new facilities. At UMass Dartmouth, we know that we provide a top-notch academic experience for our students, and we want and need our student life experiences, the environments, the people, the places, and the programs to be regarded as best in class as well. These facilities, our new facilities, stake an important claim for our future. We are a top-tier research university, and we will afford students experiences in and out of the classroom to develop the mindsets and competencies needed for success in the future of work. These new facilities replace dated ones that do not live up to the promise of UMass Dartmouth, the promise of what is possible, what can be, and how our students will craft their futures. They send a message to our prospective students and their families that we are committed to serving, engaging, retaining, and graduating our students at record levels, and instill confidence in current students and alumni about the strong future of UMass Dartmouth and the increased value of their degrees as we aspire to our lofty ambitions. I ask you to imagine with me. Imagine the spontaneous collisions that will occur in a makerspace, in our flexible classroom spaces, and in combined residential and retail dining options in our new facilities. Imagine our faculty members and their families living in community with our students, bridging the in and out of class experience and providing role modeling to complement the outstanding work of our talented housing and residential educators. Imagine spaces that reflect our future, our commitment to excellence, and our unwavering focus on student success. These facilities will help us not only to imagine, but to realize these priorities. These dreams and visions are courtesy of the spirit, the excitement around the future of UMass Dartmouth, and they are inspired by our tenacious leader, Dr. Robert E. Johnson. We are incredibly fortunate to have him leading our institution during this critical juncture in time, and I know under his leadership, the best is yet to come. I thank you again for being here with us today, and I am delighted to introduce Dr. Robert E. Johnson, Chancellor of University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Oh, you're getting better at this. Welcome to UMass Dartmouth, and I'm going to start off by saying it's possible. And I'm going to come back to that when I close out my remarks and introduce President Meehan. I want to say good afternoon and welcome to UMass Dartmouth, the crown jewel of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And just in case you didn't know, we offer a private college educational experience and public university value. That's right. We sit on 710 acres of land, 15 minutes from the ocean, and a half an hour from the Cape. I'm just saying, see, we got it. I never thought I would be so proud and happy to be standing outside in the middle of a construction site on a brisk fall afternoon. But this construction site represents very important progress and momentum to the students, faculty, and staff of UMass Dartmouth. On this site, we build a new first-year residential complex, a new dining hall to serve our entire campus. The Living and Learning Complex will attract students to UMass Dartmouth and give them the solid base they need to succeed here. On this site, we recognize that UMass Dartmouth is moving forward into an era of change and progress. In addition to this complex, we also will be undertaking a $54 million renovation of our science and engineering building, thanks to $25 million in state funding. Those two projects represent the first phase of our master plan, which includes renovation and modernization of our academic buildings and the campus center, improvements to Ring Road, and improvements to the athletic and recreational facilities. Our students, faculty, and staff deserve this change and progress. We are committed to their success and to the success of the entire South Coast region. We have facilities in Dartmouth, New Bedford, and Fall River. We are all partners in moving this region forward. I particularly would like to thank State Representatives Chris Markey of Dartmouth, who always champions our campus, and State Representative Tony Cabral from New Bedford, who chairs the House Committee that provides state capital funding for projects and has made UMass Dartmouth a priority. We also give them a hand. We're also thankful to several other of our colleagues from the legislature. I've mentioned Chris Markey from Dartmouth. We have Tony Cabral from New Bedford. We have Carol Fiola from Fall River, Paul Schmid from Westport. We have Steve Howitt from Seekonk. We have Representative Keiko Orell from Lakeville, who's outgoing. And we have her husband, who's Representative-elect Norman Orell from Lakeville, who's incoming. And we have our town administrator from Dartmouth, Sean McInnes. Please give them all a big hand. I also want to thank the many members of the business community who are with us today, who are advocating for investment on our campus. This includes the co-chairs of the South Coast Development Partnership, Nick, Chris, and Dave Slutz. Please give them a hand. I'm also pleased to have the new town administrator from Dartmouth, Sean McInnes, joining us today. We look forward to working with him as we continue to build our compact. Where's Sean? Oh, he's out there. A project this large requires cooperation and collaboration from many partners. This particular project has been in the works since before I became Chancellor. If I tried to thank everyone, we would be here all night. But let me mention some of the major stakeholders and hope you will understand that for every name I mention, there are dozens of more people who work to make this a reality. Here at UMass Dartmouth, I would be remiss if I did not mention Michael Hayes first and foremost. He has been the primary driver on this project, the one most involved in every aspect, and the one most likely to be up at night worrying about it. Mike, we are eternally grateful to you and your team. Where is he? Oh, he's outside. Mike, come in here for a second. Mike Hayes, come in here. Come in here, Mike. Give Mike Hayes a big round of applause. Mike had an entire team working with him here at UMass Dartmouth. I would like to particularly thank Mike Barone, Lucinda, Peter, Jeff, Chris, Donna, Shannon, and everybody in the UMass Dartmouth family that helped to make this happen. Give them all a big hand. We also appreciate the support of our Alumni Association Board and the UMass Dartmouth Foundation Board. At the UMass Building Authority, or UMBA, as we call them, these individuals came down here on a weekly basis to work with us to help us close this deal. Give Tricia a big hand. Tricia Filippone, Carl Erickson, Dave Mullen, Pally Vantin, Enzo Scalora, we literally could not have made this happen without you. So thank you again so much. At the President's office, we're grateful to Lisa Calise and her team, and to our friends at Provident who made the money work, made the deal work. This is a public-private partnership, which means that we have a very important partner in Grace Star, who will run this entire building together with us. You will hear from Julie Skolnicki later. Did I get it wrong? I got it right, okay. But I'd like to thank her and her team, Patrick Parsons, Jeffrey Rosetko, and Brad Shaw. Please give them a big hand. They built up a lot of frequent flyer miles. Memphis, really? A little warmer down there right now. And you can't have any new building without architects. So I'd like to recognize the excellent teamwork from Demella Schaefer and also the construction team from Suffolk Construction, who are about to kick it into high gear. We're particularly pleased that this project will bring over 150 good construction jobs right down here to the South Coast using local talent. Let's give them a big hand. And lastly, I'd like to thank the UMass Board of Trustees. We have a couple of them here today. We have Trustee Steve Karam and Trustee Mary Burns. So I started it off by saying it's possible. When I came to UMass Dartmouth, people said, why are you going down there? They have so much that needs to be done. Why would you go down there and try and help that place evolve and grow and thrive? And the reason I did it was because when I met all of these people, the faculty, the staff, and students, and I look in their eyes, all I would see is it's possible. People would say, well, this is what we don't have, so therefore we can't do that. And I would look in their eyes and I said, but here are the things we do have, and this is what we're going to do. It's possible. You know, this is our time. If anybody within the Commonwealth doubts the crown jewel of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, if anybody doubts us, they need to look at our students, at our faculty, at our staff, and know not only is it possible, but we're going to make it real. So for all of the competitors in the greater New England area, UMass Dartmouth is here. We're back on the block, and that's right. UMass Dartmouth is part of a federation of institutions that is led by a very dynamic leader, none other than our president, President Marty Meehan.
Thank you very much, Robert, and it's great to be here at UMass Dartmouth. And I'll tell you something, I was 8 years at UMass Lowell, 3 years as president, so I've been coming to this campus now for 11 years. And I have never seen the type of enthusiasm that I feel in this campus today. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited about this project. I see a former trustee here, Marty Ferris, and I remember Marty advocating for a public law school to be here at UMass Dartmouth, and I see the dean of that law school here. And the bar passage rates came out for July, and this public law school that many people thought could never make it was third in the pass rate of the bar exam in July. Now, when you're third, only Harvard and BU, I think, were ahead of them. Now, what does that mean? That means that UMass Dartmouth Law School was ahead of Suffolk, New England, Western New England, BC, and all the rest of them. And to see the success of the law school makes it clear to me that the best days for UMass Dartmouth are ahead of us. Now, I recruited Robert Johnson to be interested in coming to this university because I knew of his talent. I watched him over a period of years. But I want to tell you that his vision in this project is more than just understanding how universities work. This is a bold vision. This is a bold decision. I watched Robert put this project together because he fundamentally knows that you can't recruit students to come to UMass Dartmouth if you have facilities that are left over from the 70s. You need to have world-class housing. Robert also fundamentally understands that the success rates of our students, retention rates, graduation rates, are tied to our ability to have world-class academic programming in world-class housing. And that's exactly what this project is all about. Now, this is a public-private partnership. What does that mean? It means there's no state money involved in it. It means that there is a business plan for this project. It means that we have to go out and promote the university. It means that it's not on the books of debt for UMass Dartmouth. It means it's a partnership with the private sector. In order to make this successful, we need all of you to embrace the mission of this university. We need all of you to tell the world about the outstanding facilities that we're going to have here. This is a world-class university. You heard the Chancellor say it's a Tier 1 university. What does that mean, nationally ranked Tier 1? There are 3,400 four-year institutions across this country, and only about 290 of them get to be Tier 1 nationally ranked, and UMass Dartmouth is one of those 290. So this is a world-class university with world-class students and world-class faculty. This project represents an incredible transformation that's about to happen here. And I'm familiar with what can happen at a university when new buildings start up. I had a great experience of partnering at UMass Lowell. I am so excited about this project. I would urge all of you to become advocates for making sure that everyone knows of the high quality of this university and the fact that people have an opportunity to live in world-class housing with academic programming, with faculty who are actually going to be in the housing to mentor students that we know will increase success rates of our students, we know will make them academically successful, and we know will enhance the whole environment at this university. Now, the Chancellor also mentioned the science and engineering program, and I want to thank the Baker-Polito administration and the legislators who are here for making that work. That's going to be another great project that will make this university thrive. So I'm excited to be here. I also want to acknowledge Governor Baker, because we needed to get the governor's approval. And if you could watch Robert Johnson as he maneuvers through, people think I have a political background. This guy knows what he's doing. There were some people who said, wow, the administration's going to be tough to get him to agree with this. Not with Robert Johnson. He's an incredible advocate for UMass Dartmouth. There is no match in terms of his advocacy of this university, which is obvious here today. So I'm delighted to be here. I'm also, I love when folks in leadership here keep it in the family. When a wife gives it over to the husband and we move forward. I mean, man, I'll tell you, I'm from Lowell, and I think that's great. But we need the continued support of our legislative delegation. One of the reasons why UMass Dartmouth became part, in 1991 and 1992, part of the UMass system, at the same time that UMass Lowell did, was because the leaders of UMass understood that Dartmouth and Lowell had two of the best delegations to the State House anywhere in Massachusetts. So the advocacy of the South Coast delegation of the State House is extremely important to the transformation that's about to happen at this university. So we look forward to continuing to work with all of you. We have great leadership in Robert and his staff, and I'm just happy to be here, and this is going to be a great project and a great transformation of UMass Dartmouth. Thank you.
How fortunate are we to have incredible leaders like the Chancellor and President with us today. Please join me in giving them one more round of applause. Thank you, It's now my pleasure to introduce who I think is the third most important speaker who's here with us today, one of our students. Sherry Flanders is a senior resident assistant. She's a graduate of the class of 2018 and is currently pursuing her MBA in the Charlton College of Business at UMass Dartmouth. We're so fortunate to hear from her today. Sherry?
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all doing? All right, that's great. That's great. Thank you all so much for being here today to help us celebrate this momentous occasion. And thank you, Chancellor Johnson, for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of the students of UMass Dartmouth. One thing that I love about this place is the people and the little nuggets of information that they give to me, either intentionally or unintentionally. And one of the nuggets that Shelley Mativier Scott gave me came up one day when I accidentally called one of the residence halls a dorm. She quickly corrected me, and she told me that words dictate thought. She told me that the word dorm comes from the French word dormir, which means to sleep. And calling it a dorm implies that all the students will do in this space is sleep. She said it's not just a dorm. This is a place where you sleep. This is where you live. This is where you learn. This is where you grow. This is your residence. This is your home. That's the nugget of information she shared with me, and I want to share it with you all today. Because this building here that's being built, it's not just a dorm. This is a home. Today, we have the privilege of being brought together by something great, by the opportunity to bring more life to both our campus and this community. The addition of this new residence hall is an accomplishment that will develop young minds both socially and academically. It's important to me that everyone here knows how special UMass Dartmouth students feel and cherish the opportunities and experiences that we have here. The opportunity to learn academically from a world-class faculty. The opportunity to learn developmentally by working in our community. The opportunity to meet new people of various backgrounds, learning how to collaborate with our peers on class projects, competing with one another on the academic fields, and performing with each other on stage. or just simply kicking back with a handful of Rose's cookies. What we really appreciate is the effort and sacrifices that so many have made to make these experiences possible. What I believe that this particular project will mean to students here, including students like me who will graduate before these buildings open, it means that learning outside the classroom matters. It means that student success matters. It means that the whole student matters. It means that getting first-year students off to a good start matters. It means that having a diverse student body with different cultures and different dining preferences matters to you. It means that the future, our future, matters to you. When I came here as an out-of-state student, I didn't know anyone at the school. But thanks to this community, I've developed into a young woman that's proud to be UMassD. I made a name for myself here. I made a home for myself here. And thanks to your support and confidence, we're hoping to create even more opportunities for students to be proud to be UMassD, for students to be able to make a name for themselves here, for students to be able to find a home for themselves here. Thank you.
If that doesn't convince you that this is a special place, I do not know what will. Thank you, Sherry. It is now my pleasure to introduce Patricia Filippone, Executive Director of the UMass Building Authority.
Thank you and good afternoon. On behalf of Chairman Woolridge and the Building Authority Board, it's an honor to be here today. The Building Authority is proud to collaborate on this innovative public-private partnership bringing needed living learning facilities to UMass Dartmouth and its students. The upgrades and modernization through the project will significantly enhance the learning environment and overall student experience at UMass Dartmouth. Getting to this point has been a long road with support of many. Demand for new residences and dining commons was confirmed in 2016, prior to Chancellor Johnson arriving at this campus. However, once the Chancellor arrived, he has been a champion in continuing to move this vision forward. It's been a pleasure to work with the Chancellor Johnson and everyone involved here at Dartmouth. Since the initial market study was completed, it's been nonstop momentum forward. This project is the second for UMass utilizing the public-private partnership and alternative procurement. This required a coordinated effort to get the right team approved by many, from our governor to the Board of Trustees for both UMass and the Building Authority Board. With approvals in hand and a development team on board, the campus master plan of new housing and dining centrally located on this campus moved from an idea to a reality as design developed and plans were put on paper. Visions are great, but they still have to be paid for. Working closely with our investment team, together with Mass Development, the Building Authority oversaw the issuance of $138 million of bonds and commercial paper to fund this vision. An interest rate at less than 5%, it's clear that the financial markets also viewed this as a viable project and worthwhile investment. Thank you again for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the Building Authority, and I speak from all of us. This is truly an exciting project, and we look forward to returning for the opening in 2020. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tricia. It is now my pleasure to introduce Julie Skolnicki, Grace Star Senior Vice President of University Partnerships.
Thank you, Shannon, and thank you everyone here today. I certainly can't follow a student or Chancellor Johnson in their enthusiasm and heart, but I think that's really what this has shown us, that this truly is a transformational partnership. And if I could just speak personally, I've been in this industry for 25 years, and I got my start as a student on a project and a transformational project for my campus, which happens to be Dr. Johnson's alma mater as well, University of Cincinnati. So to be on a campus and to be a part of something that's such a transformational experience for first-year students and will set the stage for their 4 years at UMass Dartmouth is an incredibly exciting opportunity for us and what we get up in the morning every day for. When we were selected a year ago, we knew this was going to be an exciting challenge and an exciting project. But it wasn't really until our first kickoff meeting when the Chancellor came up and really pounded the table and let us know how important this project was to the campus, and in fact that it is possible and that it's incredibly possible to do this on this campus and to do something so transformational to really inspire the vision. So every day and every meeting we have, we know what our charge is, and our charge is to do great first-year housing where students can come together. And I'm glad someone corrected you on a dorm. We always call them residence halls. And not just residence halls, but living learning communities. And so I think what we're able to create here, coming inside the ring, connecting to all the academic buildings, and using dining. When you think about home and you think about bringing people together, they come together around the table. And really, I want to commend Demilla Schaefer, our architect, for creating a building and a design that, if you look at it, kind of brings everyone around the dinner table and is an opportunity and a catalyst to bring the both the commuter students and the residential students together. If you look at that really catalyst piece that is the dining hall, and then the arms that is the building itself. And each of those wings of the building is its own community. And so not only do you have this great tradition here of the Olympics and the T-shirts, but I can't wait to see the new traditions that Lucinda and her staff really bring for the students on this campus. And the fact that we have so many people here today shows the community and the strength and the direction that we're going. And I'm just so excited to be here and to be part of this transformational partnership. So I will drop a couple stats once again. This is 1,200 beds. What an exciting opportunity to put 1,200 first-year students together. 800-seat dining hall. Once again, not just those 1,200 students, but the entire campus will have the opportunity to sit down together with the faculty and residents. And $134 million investment for this community on this ground that we will be turning dirt on today, and we will be back here in 2020 to cut the ribbon. And that really becomes the beginning of so much more and is the catalyst for the transformation of this campus. So could not be more excited to be part of the team and part of the partnership. And to make sure that this, in fact, is the crown jewel of the Commonwealth, and we all collectively are doing everything we can to make that happen. I did want to thank the team. As Tricia said, and as everyone mentioned, we've been on weekly calls, in weekly meetings, making sure that the design input and the construction costs are coming in online, and in fact that the bond financing will come together. So I wanted to thank not only Tricia, Carl, Patty, and Dave from UMBA, but also the UMass system, as well as the Chancellor and his team. I think your energy and enthusiasm and Michael's relentlessness, Michael Hayes, really is making sure that what we're doing is going to move forward. And Donna and Lucinda and the entire team and Mike Barone, we appreciate all the time, effort, and energy, and we truly appreciate the passion that you have for your students here. I also want to thank Provident and City, who are part of our team to put this together. A partnership is so many people, teams, and this is one of the larger one we've ever been involved with. The number of players is truly phenomenal. Demilla Schaefer to our design team. I, as an architect, being on the Rudolph Design campus is pretty compelling, but I think this is a new chapter. And we thank you for really setting the design standard of building within the ring and really creating the next design chapter for this campus. I think that's compelling. And our Suffolk team, game on. Time to start turning dirt and time to make sure that this happens so that we are all back here together to kick off the project and to really see the students activate the space. And finally, to my Graystar team, this has been a tremendous team effort. So Patrick, Jeffrey, Brad, all of you, and those that will begin on the construction side, Michael and David, could not be more proud of what we are just beginning to accomplish and the beginning of this partnership. So thank you again. We are so excited for this transformation, and thank you all for your investment in this community and this campus.
On behalf of the entire UMass Dartmouth leadership team, I want to thank you all for being here to celebrate this momentous occasion with us. I think you've heard from all of our speakers about the excitement that our students and everyone in our community feel about the ambitious plans we have as we invent our future at UMass Dartmouth. Before we conclude our program and put actual shovels into dirt, and that will be happening shortly, I've been asked to remind everyone that at the conclusion of this program, if you parked your car in this lot, which is lot 7, please move it to lot 13 or 14, as the building site will be locked and secured immediately following the ceremony. Game on. Yeah, game on, right? And we wouldn't want any of you stuck without your cars after what a wonderful day we're having. I would like to make sure to remind students, although I'm sure they're looking forward to hot chocolate after being out here in the cold, that we are having a celebration for our students over in the campus center with hot chocolate and cookie decorating, and also you can see some of the designs for the new building immediately following this. And for the rest of our guests, we will be having a holiday event over in the grand reading room of the library, so I hope we'll see you there. Now I invite all of you to join us as we officially break ground on our new first-year residence hall and dining facility. Thank you again for being with us.